Welcome to The Awakening, Black Women United. I am your host, Sherry Danny. Subscribe, like, share, comment. Let's get this channel to 500 subs. God lied to you, and so did the enslavers and colonizers. Have you ever wondered why the creation of woman, particularly in the biblical context, is often interpreted in a way that places her in a secondary role to man? It's a question that has shaped societal views, and more specifically, the perception and treatment of Black women. This interpretation has become a cornerstone in the foundation of our social structures, often relegating women to the background. But what if we've been understanding it all wrong? What if the creation of woman signifies something more profound? In the Garden of Eden, God created woman as his final creative act. But why was she made from a rib bone, unlike Adam, who was formed from dust? Let's dive into this story, a tale as old as time itself. In the second chapter of Genesis, God recognized that man needed an helpmeet for him, a companion, a partner. Yet the creatures God created and had Adam name were not suitable for this role. So, in a divine stroke of creativity, God made woman. But here's the twist. While Adam was formed from dust, God chose to create woman from one of Adam's ribs. An interesting choice, don't you think? It's fascinating to ponder on why God would choose to create the first man and woman so differently. Could there be a deeper significance to this? Could the use of Adam's ribs symbolize a fundamental connection between man and woman, an unbreakable bond, a shared destiny? Then Adam named her. He called her woman because she was taken out of man. And after the fall, he named her Eve, a name that means the mother of all living. This title, the mother of all living, holds a profound significance. It implies that every living being on earth traces their lineage back to Eve. It's a testament to the powerful role of women as the bearers of life, the nurturers, the caregivers. Now let's look at this from another angle. The Bible tells us that Eve was created from Adam's rib, but it doesn't tell us why. Could it be that this story is a metaphor, a symbolic representation of the intertwined destinies of men and women? Could it be a reminder of our shared humanity, our mutual dependence, our equal worth in the eyes of God? As we reflect on this story, we should remember that it's not just about the creation of woman. It's about the creation of humanity, of society, of the world as we know it. It's a story that challenges us to question traditional interpretations and seek deeper meanings. This story presents an interesting perspective, doesn't it? But there's more to it. Welcome to The Awakening, Black Women United. I am your host, Sherry Danny. Subscribe, like, share, comment. Let's get this channel to 500 subs. God lied to you, and so did the enslavers and colonizers. Science and religion cannot go hand in hand because religion is folklore used to oppress a people group such as Africans and females. Women inhibited Earth first and alone. Men once in existence wanted power because of animal husbandry and formed a rebellion against women to change the natural order of matriarchy and matrilineal, where children belong to the mother and carry her last name to patriarchy and patrilineal. In matriarchy, there is no such thing as an illegitimate child. Women had as many partners and fathers as she chose. To stop this, men used violence and brainwashing such as world religions to achieve this goal. The books they wrote to back this up, such as the Bible, Christianity, patriarchy, and politics cannot be separated. Scientific education is not perfect and can be manipulated as well, but to a lesser degree because all theories must be proven. Hence why religions rely on writings no one was living to disprove, but do not rely on proven data and education. In the realm of genetics, we carry more of our mother's genes than our father's. Isn't that fascinating? Let's delve deeper into this. You see, there are these little powerhouses within our cells called mitochondria. They're like the engines of our cells, providing the energy we need to function, think, and move. Now, here's the kicker. These mitochondria, we only receive them from our mothers. That's right, every single one of your mitochondria traces its lineage back to your mother, her mother, and so on. This is because during conception, the egg from our mother contains mitochondria, but the sperm from our father does not. So when it comes to tissues that require a lot of energy, like our brains and muscles, they're packed with these mother-derived mitochondria. This means, in a very real sense, you are more genetically related to your mother than your father. Now let's circle back to the narrative of the creation of woman. In contrast to the traditional interpretation that Eve was derived from Adam, Could it be that the rib, a bone rich in marrow and life, symbolizes this mitochondrial lineage, this matrilineal legacy of life-giving energy? It's a thought-provoking perspective, isn't it? It bridges the ancient and the scientific, the spiritual and the biological. So scientifically, we are more related to our mothers. Does this reframe our understanding of the creation story? It's an unfortunate truth that Black women's history and contributions have often been suppressed or overlooked. But why? Let's travel back in time to an era where systems of oppression were established on the basis of race and gender. The right to literacy, to education, were seen as dangerous tools in the hands of Black women. The oppressive system feared the power of knowledge as it threatened the status quo of dependence and servitude. Laws were enacted that forbade slaves to read or write, making it a crime to teach them, a blatant attempt to maintain control by suppressing education. Fast forward to the present day, our battle is far from over. The teaching of Black history, the achievements and contributions of Black women, is under threat. This year, with new laws being enacted in more than a dozen states, restrictions on what can be taught about our history are increasing. The voices of Black teachers are being stifled, their every word scrutinized under a microscope. Many are forced to pull back, to play it safe. But it's not just the teachers who are affected. Black parents and students are alarmed by this trend. They want more of our history to be taught, not less. The sanitized, watered-down versions of history that are being presented lack the historical context and truth that's needed for an accurate understanding. They fail to portray the breadth of the Black American experience, the struggles and triumphs, the resilience and strength. The suppression of Black women's history is a disservice to us all. It robs us of the opportunity to learn from the past, to celebrate the accomplishments of Black women, and to understand the systemic challenges they've fought against. It's a distortion of history that paints an incomplete picture, one that needs to be rectified. The struggle for recognition and understanding continues, but change is on the horizon. We must keep pushing for the truth to be told, for our history to be recognized, for the contributions of Black women to be celebrated. Our history is a testament to our strength, our resilience, and our enduring spirit. And it's a history that deserves to be told in full. Ida B. Wells, a prominent figure in Black history, believed in the power of a liberal arts education. She recognized it as more than just studying literature, philosophy, history, and the like. It was about understanding the world around us, understanding what civil and political rights are, and more importantly, how to fight for them. She knew that knowledge was power, and that power could be used to challenge white supremacy. Wells herself was armed with a liberal arts education, and she used it as her weapon in the fight against racism and inequality. She envisioned a future where all African Americans had access to this kind of education, where they too could wield knowledge as their shield and sword. Education, she believed, was more than just reading, writing, and arithmetic. It was the key to understanding, to questioning, to challenging. Education is a powerful tool in understanding our history, our rights, and in fighting systemic racism. It's time to rewrite the narrative. This is The Awakening, Black Women United. I am your host, Sherry Danny. Subscribe, like, share, comment. Let's get this channel to 500 subs. God lied to you, and so did the enslavers and colonizers. Science and religion cannot go hand in hand because religion is folklore used to oppress a people group such as Africans and females. Women inhabited Earth first and alone. Men once in existence wanted power because of animal husbandry and formed a rebellion against women to change the natural order of matriarchy and matrilineal, where children belong to the mother and carry her last name to patriarchy and patrilineal. In matriarchy, there is no such thing as an illegitimate child. Women had as many partners and fathers as she chose. To stop this, men used violence and brainwashing, such as world religions, to achieve this goal. The books they wrote to back this up, such as the Bible. Christianity, patriarchy, and politics cannot be separated. Scientific education is not perfect and can be manipulated as well, but to a lesser degree because all theories must be proven. Hence why religions rely on writings no one was living to disprove, but do not rely on proven data in education.